Almost everyone I talk to these days is saying the same thing. This is all just too much. And people are wondering, is this really what it's supposed to be like at all? The truth is that being alive right now is a lot. And so many people out there are experiencing it through the way that they feel in their body, the way that they feel in their nervous system, and the way that they feel as they go about their day. In this video, I'm going to name 3 of the reasons why so many people feel this deep tiredness and nervous system dysregulation. And because it's such a widespread and important issue, in the next few that follow it, I'm going to offer some grounded, simple solutions that aren't going to add a load of work to your day that you're going to be able to work with in order to ground, regulate, come back into the body, and feel like you can actually participate in this world. Remember back when a person could write you an email and you would be able to leave it sitting in your inbox until the workday began the next day without feeling guilt? Or how about whenever you used your cell phone just for texting and not for work, communication, research, and all of those at the same time? Those days, my friends, are over. Constant availability is one of the key sources of energy drain, exhaustion, and overwhelm that people in the modern world are experiencing. Being available by text almost 24/7, email no matter what time of day or night, hearing notifications when people are contacting you on your various different platforms and mechanisms is all very distracting. And for energy sensitive people specifically, this is really hard. When you're an energy sensitive person and you get an email or you get a notification, you feel that email and notification. And while it's really beautiful that you're able to feel and experience that connection, at the same time, always being connected to that loop and feeling the pressure to respond and participate in that loop is something that is quietly and slowly draining a lot of us. In the modern world, many of us are using multiple devices and also multitasking while we are using multiple devices so that we wind up doing 2 or 3 different tasks at once. What do I mean by this? Say, for example, that you are at your desk and you're doing a task with your computer. All of a sudden, a different thought pops into your head. So, what do? A lot of people are going to pick up that cell phone and they're going to start searching for the second task on their cell phone while they're still simultaneously working on their computer. Give it a few more minutes, and a lot of the time, there's a third factor coming in. That could be a communication from a coworker, a friend, a family member, and all of these things simultaneously happening at once are getting your attention. Do either of those scenarios sound familiar to you? They should, because they are what many of us, myself included, oftentimes do. Having said that it is what we oftentimes do, it's important to point out that at the same time that we are doing this, what we are doing is we are putting an extreme tax on our energy system as well as our perceptual system to be able to keep up with the tasks, to be able to keep up with all the information, to be able to keep all of the lines straight. And so, what winds up happening to many people, specifically energy sensitive ones, after they've been doing this for a day, 2 days, or your work week, is you literally feel exhausted and like you cannot think anymore because you have processed the amount of information that it sometimes in the past would have taken a week to do in a day to a day and a half. And while it's amazing that we can access all this information and do all of these things at once, at the same time, it is overwhelming, it is exhausting, and whether we realize it or not, we need those moments to slow down, to process, and to ground and come back to our regulated state before we're able to go on and do any more. We as people are using devices more than any other people before us ever have. And while this brings us a wealth of information and connectivity, it also affects us as biological beings. Every single human body has a charge, and part of how we are able to maintain our health and well being is for us to maintain the proper polarity in those charges. When we use cell phones, computers, and are in high tech environments, one of the things that we are exposed to are these invisible waves of electromagnetic frequency that they emit. In general, on their own, these are not damaging. However, when we are exposed to these excessively, as we are right now, and without connection to nature specifically, one of the things that winds up happening is that the charge of our body starts to go off, our cells stop working properly, our biological mechanisms start working improperly, and we as people start feeling to say it lightly, crappy. Body's charge is being maintained has a lot to do with how we feel in our physical bodies. So, whether we have inflammation or not, whether we have IBS or not, whether we feel energized or not. And it also has a lot to do with how we feel emotionally. So, whether we are feeling depressed, anxious, angry, a lot of it has to do with that physical charge that our body holds. You've been following along with this video and thinking, ooh, I do a lot of those things. Trust me, you are not alone. And truth be told, any one of them is enough to wear your energy body down. Being constantly available, hyper information, and being discharged because we're always on devices are three things that impact a lot of energy sensitive people. And I want you to know that you are not alone. For people like us, any one of the factors discussed today is enough to make you feel not yourself. All three together, most days of your life, is enough to make anyone feel completely worn down. If you're an energy sensitive person and you're experiencing exhaustion, dysregulation, and being highly emotional as you go through your days, this is not a personality flaw and it's not a weakness. It's a sensory reality. This is something that is happening because you are picking up things in the world around you that your body was never even really designed to be able to filter or experience in the first place. Remember, we're some of the first people that have ever been through this. And I want you to know that feeling overwhelmed doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that there might be a few things that you can do to help tweak your schedule to feel well. This is such a common experience that I've decided to put together a series of what you are able to do as an empath or an energy sensitive person to ground, regulate, and stay stable as you are moving through your work and life. Follow along this channel for the next videos in the series and make sure that you tap that bell button so that you get notified when they happen. I'll be releasing one every Wednesday, and if you want some more information now, you can check the comment box below. I've got some articles and some training that you can work with right now to help stabilize, ground, connect, and feel well as an energy sensitive soul.